Tesla just gave us a sneak peek look at what the rest of 2025 will look like, and it's a big one. With new products being announced and new technology, let's go over what you can expect in today's video. Tesla just had their earnings call days ago, and Elon Musk and his team went over some of the initiatives for 2025. Also, new information on the Model Y, and some trims may be going away for good. Let's talk about it. Tesla started the year announcing the brand new Model Y refresh is now available. Just recently listed on the website here in the States, you can now order a refreshed launch series of the Model Y refresh with a price tag of $60,000. Includes a few extra features like full self-driving, an acceleration boost, unique badging, and more. This year also started big changes for the Model Y on the website. Tesla now is listing both the previous Model Y versions and this launch series Model Y on the website at the same time. Also, new inventory Model Ys have now been discounted up to and over $4,000, but there have been some that have noticed the rear-wheel drive Model Y may be going away soon. Many are reporting it's getting harder and harder to find a rear-wheel drive Model Y on the inventory page. Tesla may be replacing this trim and removing it entirely with the introduction of the base model refreshed Model Y soon. But let's switch gears and talk about the earnings call that just happened with some brand new announcements of what's to come in 2025, and then later new changes and complete features removed from the updated Model Y. We're going to get into that a little later. The earnings call just happened, and Tesla has reported huge numbers for those driving on full self-driving. Every single day, 9.8 million miles are driven using full self-driving supervised, the latest version of FSD. Did you know for the first time ever, the cost of goods, or how much goes into making a Tesla, has reached its lowest ever? Under $35,000 per vehicle, the lowest ever for Tesla. And the Q4 Autopilot numbers also led off this call. 5.94 million miles were driven until one accident happened in Q4 for those using Autopilot. That is Tesla's best Q4 ever, a time of year that typically has inclement weather because of the winter season. Now a big improvement from all past Q4 numbers for those using Autopilot. Two big announcements about the future of Tesla were made just today. Tesla has unveiled a brand new device, a machine robot that will clean the robo-taxi. So this robo-taxi is set for production next year, announced on the earnings call, and Tesla just came out with a video of this new robot self-cleaning function that'll keep those robo-taxis clean, a ride-hailing service set to be used by Tesla in the near future. The second big confirmation for this year, 2025, Tesla has said and confirmed that an affordable Tesla is on track for the first half of 2025. This, per Elon, is going to be a crucial and important year. So if you hang on a few more months, it is confirmed we're going to see a more affordable Tesla. Many think this might be a pared down Model 3, the vehicle that I'm sitting in. Could it be a Model 3 or an entirely different model altogether? Did you know that adaptive air suspension and steer-by-wire technologies in the Cybertruck that set it apart from any other Tesla have been confirmed to be included in future models? Well, we just spoke about one, the more affordable Tesla. Could this car have these confirmed features in 2025? Or was Tesla alluding to new models of other vehicles they're about to make? Let's shift gears, and we have to talk about updates to the Model Y. New information just came out and features that weren't announced in the initial refresh launch. Let's talk about it. If you haven't ordered the refreshed Model Y by now, Your options just got more limited. The Model Y's white interior for the launch series has just sold out. I can't remember another time that Tesla has sold out of a feature, but it has been confirmed that feature has been moved to unavailable on the Tesla website, and now black interior is your only option. If you're unaware, previously when you bought a Tesla, you could not use Autopilot when you first picked it up for maybe a few dozen or 100 or so miles to allow the cameras to calibrate. Well, now those are going to be working the day you get your Tesla. What I mean is Tesla announced that all those cameras are now going to calibrate for things like full self-driving and autopilot while they're being made, which is insane to think about. And that leads us to the next point. Tesla has shared video for the first time ever. Really exciting. When these Teslas are made, they can drive themselves using self-driving to the outbound lot and prepare for outgoing deliveries on their own. This one is great, and I can give you a concrete example of when you're going to use this. Regenerative braking now has its own settings. You can now do standard regenerative braking or reduced. This is great if you live anywhere with inclement weather, even in the rain, or especially in the snow. My wife and I just took delivery of a Model Y, and my wife was asking, well, how do I limit the regenerative braking just to prevent sliding? She's never had an issue with traction, but for her, her preference was to lower the sensitivity of that regenerative braking, and now you can. The new Model Y does have that option, again, reduced or standard, and an important thing to know, no matter which one you use, per Tesla, it is not going to affect your range. The second feature I want to talk about is located right back there on your Model Y. A new bump in the design was just noticed, and a lot of people were wondering, well, what's that new hump or area on the roof designed for? Surely it has a purpose. In my last video, we covered 25 brand new features of the Model Y, and connectivity was one of them. So many think that that new area on the roof is all of those connectivity sensors for internet, for phone connectivity, and more. Because we've seen in the Model 3 a similar design, more flush, but now because of all those improvements, all of those sensors and such are now most likely located under that area. By the way, if you're wondering, is a Model Y worth it? I'm going to share my thoughts after owning one for 2,000 miles, so stick around for 1 minute. But before we get to that, let me talk about this. If you want to see the brand new Model Y before anyone else in person, I've been told, I've seen videos, looks absolutely phenomenal. There is now, did you know, a Model Y tracker where you can see locations near you, or at least the locations thus far that have been reported to be demoing in the showroom, the brand new Model Y, for you to come in, take a look at it, and walk around the vehicle. After owning a Model Y for 2,000 miles and this Model 3 since 2021, should you buy a Model Y? Are you going to have regrets specifically to the Y? Let me talk about it. The biggest difference I have seen from my 3 versus the Y is obviously the space. I'm comparing my sedan versus the Y's small SUV, and obviously it's apples and oranges, but if you're really needing more storage space, I underestimated how functional the Model Y is. We have a kiddo, you might see the car seat in the back, and just loading him into the car alone, I can tell you, this Model 3 is low to the ground, and kind of bending my back and carrying him into the car seat is rather difficult. Groceries in the trunk, that sub-trunk of the Model 3 is amazing. If you're looking for storage, my biggest takeaway after driving and using it for a few months now is the storage is absolutely phenomenal. The second thing I noticed about the Model Y in particular is the ride quality. I urge you to take a test drive of the Model Y, both the current version and whenever those test drives begin for the refreshed Model Y. There is an upgraded suspension in the new Model Y, but This Model 3 drives, in my opinion, a little smoother, where the Model Y, because of its stance on the road, is a little more firm. So it's hard to explain. I would advise you to do a quick test drive to see it for yourself. That's one of the biggest takeaways from the 3 versus the Y for me. The final big takeaway after 2,000 miles of driving, having both cars in the house, I can compare side by side the looks of the two vehicles. Obviously, you can see pictures. There's now a Model 3 Highland with a really sporty look versus this refreshed Model Y. What I will say is this. I wanted a sporty car, and my only regret is seeing them side by side. Tesla does a phenomenal job of making attractive cars. That's just one of the reasons they're so popular. The Model Y's refresh is phenomenally aesthetic. It looks fantastic with a unique LED bar, a completely redesigned in-house indirect LED bar in the back. It is phenomenal, an aesthetic, modern, sporty looking Model Y. It's going to be tough to decide between the Highland or the Y, but now you have two vehicles in my mind that both have the high stylings of what I saw in the previous Model 3. The referral program is back. If you're unaware, my referral link will be down below. Save up to $1,000 by buying your Tesla through that referral link. And just so you know, the launch series Model Y, I should say, does not qualify for the referral discount. It does get a mobile connector. So again, the launch series Y does come with a charger as well. 2025 is going to be a huge year for Tesla, so subscribe so you don't miss anything, with new vehicles coming in the first half of this year that are more affordable. The refreshed Model Y is now live if you want to be one of the first. We're still waiting on the performance model again, so subscribe so you don't miss any of those updates. The only way I know that you're out there watching right now is to drop a like. As always, this is Matt from Frunk to Trunk. We will see you in the next video.